The MMA India Show.
Come on, man. So, that's pretty much what it is. We wanted that fight for the longest. We've been trying to get that fight for the longest. We actually competed against Leo in the amateurs. I was the reason that he couldn't make it to the 2008 Olympic team because I was a 2008 Olympian. He couldn't get past me then. We had smaller gloves on. We had bigger gloves and we had headgear on. Now the gloves is much smaller. No headgear. Skill set has improved much, much better. I think what you see with Leo, what you see is what you get. A lot of these guys, they're one-dimensional. They don't have the ability to make the necessary adjustments. That's what we do.
Gary, great performance tonight. How would you assess your performance? What did you do what do you think that you did exceptionally, or what do you think you should work on?
We just controlled the entire pace of the fight. We dictated everything that went on. We controlled the pace. Whenever he wanted to come in and be physical, we took subtle step backs, controlled the ring generalship. All of that played a big factor. We made the fight very, very easy. It didn't look difficult at all. He couldn't get past my jab. My ring IQ was tremendous, and it was much more than what he was able to deal with.
Gary, you spoke to your brother the day before the Olympic fights. I spoke to your brother after the fight. 9-0, 9 KOs. He seems to be become the knockout artist.
That's right. Of course.
Before you have a next fight after.
Of course. We do this in our sleep. I've been competing since I was maybe 7 years old. If you ever watch me before a fight, or if you run across me in the hotel or just on a regular street walking, I'm calm. I'm the same. My demeanor is still the same. Nothing really changes. Doesn't too much really rattle me. We do this in our sleep. I've been doing it forever. I'm never in unfamiliar territory. So I'm definitely planning on always being in my younger brother's corner, whether I'm competing or not.
Being in the co-main event and main event, what type of focus goes into, your brother's fights? First fight, second fight, they're going here in the fight.
It doesn't really matter to me, to be honest with you. I look at it like they're in the gym working out. I'm still right there giving them subtle instructions to make sure that they're picking up on the small things that I feel as though they should. I feel like as of now, at this point of their career, they should be head and shoulders better than the competition that they're competing against. I look for subtle things. I look for defensive discipline. I look for, if you're better than your opponent, be better than your opponent. A lot of these younger up-and-coming guys, you see a lot of showboating. You see a lot of that stuff. I don't want that from my younger brothers. If you're better, be better. If you have the ability to sit there and showboat, that means you have the measure of your man. And you should be able to use that same level of energy to get the job done efficient versus showboat. And that's one of the things that I look for my younger brothers.
You did the fight night outfit for you and your brother. You guys kind of had a thing. What was the inspiration?
Come on, man. We do it for the culture. You know what it is, man. We do it for the culture. Our ethnicity is wonderful. I draw all my energy from my melanin. For the people that don't know who that is, you might want to Google that.
Gary, I gotta ask, I know you're at the top, so people are gonna be calling you out, but Abner Mares, as soon as your fight was done, you said, I'm calling Al right now. Any interest in fighting Abner?
Abner is one of these fighters that's over the road. He just had a detached retina. I would ruin the rest of the career that he has left. To be honest with you, I feel like he's one of these fighters that I took the title from Johnny Gonzalez, the guy that he lost the title to. Johnny Gonzalez knocked him out. I took the title from him 4 years ago, and now he's trying to call somebody out. It doesn't make sense. Seems like he's just willing to throw himself to the wolves to make his name a little bit relevant, or even just make a little bit of financial currency.
How close have you been to the Leo Santa Cruz fight?
Well, a couple months back, I know the WBC made Leo Santa Cruz the mandatory challenger for the WBC, and he opted to take a tune-up fight, and he tuned up with the guy that he competed against a couple months ago. I can't even think of the guy's name. But it was weird that the guy that he competed against was an orthodox fighter. If you're preparing for Mr. Gary Russell Jr., you're trying to take a tune-up, don't you think you should be fighting a southpaw fighter? Doesn't make sense at all.
So it's never been on a negotiating table, just been never on a negotiating table?
It's never been a negotiating table. The closest that we have possibly been is the fact that I knew that the WBC had made him the mandatory challenger, and he opted to take a tune-up.
Speaking of the WBC, your brother has your back too.
Of course.
He hustled to the locker room, hustled all the way back, and brought your belt to the ring.
Of course, of course. You know, it'd be like that. You know, both my younger brothers competing. It's a lot of stuff going on at once, trying to make sure my younger brothers has everything they need. You know, trying to keep my father at ease because he's on pins and needles more than anybody else in the world, you know. So it's a lot of factors that goes into it. So little stuff like that tend to happen.
Hey Gary, congratulations on your win. Within the next 48 hours, is it relaxation or is it back into the gym?
Oh, man, I'm going to be home with my wife and my children. Come Monday, 9 times out of 10, I'll probably be back in the gym. I'm not training as if I'm getting ready for a fight or anything like that. I'll probably just be on the treadmill, slight work, and, you know, just greeting the younger gentleman that's in the gym that works out in our gym, just to show them, you know, the dedication, the hard work. You know, even though you win the fight, you're still right back in the gym. No days off. We don't take off. You can't be lackadaisy. When you do that, that's when you end to slip it up.
Can we get your reaction to your Olympic team partner, Deontay Wilder?
Man, that was what's up. That's my man. That's my man. You know, it was so funny during the press conference the other day. He had told me, he was like, Gary, man, it was so funny because he was like, man, on the Olympic team, we both know. And this is a conversation that we was having amongst each other. We was actually on stage. He was like, we both know, man. He said, I felt like you were one of the best guys that was on the Olympic team. And I was the least experienced one on the Olympic team. He said, and I felt myself, he said, I seen myself looking up to you. And then I started laughing. He started laughing. He said, well, you know what I mean, because the height difference. It was funny, you know, but it was funny. He said, now look at us now. Perseverance, hard work, dedication. Now we are both currently the longest reigning champions up to date, hands down. That speaks volumes. I'm glad that he got the win. I'm excited. We both held on to our straps.
Hey,
Last
Gary.
question, guys.
Hey Gary, would you say on this card, it's had not just the hardest puncher in the division, but also one of the fastest guys in the sport, power and speed, would you say?
Of course, this was a hell of a card. You know, you actually had, to the people that don't know, it was 4 Olympians on this card. Deontay Wilder, who was one of my stablemates. I was an Olympian, of course. We was on the same team. And the guy he competed, Dominic Brazier, was an Olympian. And also my younger brother, Gary Antoine Russell, was a 2016 Olympian. You know, so it's a lot of pedigree that was on this card tonight. You know, in Showtime, they did their thing. They picked the fights right, you know, and it was a good showing for everybody.
Your brother's there, your dad is there. Can you elaborate more? If you have brought on as it relates to why for the coaching?
Say it one more time.
I said your brother's here, your father's there. Why the ring entrance? Why for the coaching?
Why not? Why not? Why not? You know, I pour my energy from my ethnicity. For the people that don't know, you know, like I said, the people that don't understand the word melanin, Google it. You know, this is where we pour our energy from. It gives us access to a different form of energy than anyone else on the face of this planet. You know, and I believe that, and I live behind that. You know, and that was one of the things that we wanted to put on display. If anyone actually had an opportunity, because we was passing out some CDs and stuff like that, if anyone in this room got those CDs, they would definitely further elaborate on what I'm talking about.
Thanks, Gary.
We good?
Appreciate it.
Thank you, y'all. I appreciate it.